everyone, it's your girl Brainy Shanae, and today is my stop for the Rockstar book tour. And today I'll be doing a book review for Prince of Song and Sea by Lindsay Miller. This book has recently came out and I'm really excited to talk about it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was fun. But before I even get into this book, I would like to introduce you the author. And for the author, it says, once upon a time, Lindsay Miller studied biology in Arkansas. These days, she holds an MFA in fiction and can be found writing about science and magic anywhere there is coffee. She's also the author of The Mask of Shadows duology, Belle Revolte, The Game, and What We Devour. So that's a little information about the author, just in case you were curious. But for fans of like the Twisted Tales and the Villains books, I think this would be a great fit for you. This would be another series that you could definitely jump into, because with this series we are featuring the prince's perspective. So the first book for this series is going to be from The Little Mermaid. So this is Prince Eric, and we are pretty much now figuring out his perspective, what he was going through, what was his thoughts about Ariel and whatever. And so I found it really interesting because we start from the very beginning of how Ariel saved him and rescued him from the ocean after what happened with the ship and everything, and just bad weather just came out of nowhere. And then it comes into the history of the Kingdom of Valona, which I never knew what the kingdom was until I read this book. So it's Kingdom of Valona. He's the Prince of Valona. And he is cursed. He cannot kiss anyone or whoever. He can only kiss his true love. So he has been really hesitant to even try to hug, like kiss anybody, even give them a peck on the cheek. If it's, so it's just like he's cursed. And he found out about this curse because his mother left him a letter. She was pregnant with him when he was cursed. So yeah, the witch pretty much punished his mother, Eleonora, for saving this girl. And so with her for what she had done, she then cursed Prince Eric, who was just in the womb. So he's trying to figure out what he can do to break this curse. And come to find out, as his mother had left him a letter, it also says she was trying to visit the island of Saren. That's where she was trying to find the witch and kill her and break the curse. But that didn't happen, and she ended up, a lot of people believe that she died during this pursuit of trying to break the curse. So Eric is trying to do the same thing because right from the very beginning, beginning of this book, like I said, Ariel, as we all know, rescued him, and he doesn't know who she is or whatever, and he really wants to find her, and he really wants to to be with her, even though he doesn't know who she is. And so he's trying to break this curse, because if he can't break it, then he can't kiss her, and he wouldn't even know if she is his true love or not. But he just said that he loved her instantly because of her voice. So he is trying to do his due diligence and break the curse. But as he is doing this is when he meets Ariel as well. And he meets her on the rock and everything. He's thinking like, what's her name? Why is she acting this way? Especially during the scene where they're having dinner and she uses the fork as a comb for her hair. And he was looking at her all crazy. And literally in the book, he's like, what is she doing? So I thought that was really interesting. Like in the movie, I feel like a lot of us have seen The Little Mermaid, and how his face changed. He's like, what's going on with you? Like, what do you, where are you from? Where you use a fork to comb your hair. So he was curious, but he still went along with it because he knew, he could tell, she was a good person and she was beautiful on top of that. But his goal was still trying to break the curse. And it's so funny how Prince Eric is cursed and Ariel is pretty much cursed in a sense, because they both made a deal with this witch. And he doesn't know about Ursula. They don't know about her name yet or anything till later on in this book. But anyway, I forgot to mention, this is also, I would say, I would call it a middle grade, but it can still be YA, so to speak, because technically Prince Eric is turning 18 and then Ariel is 16, I believe, 16 or 17. So it could be also YA. But anyways, so as he's on the pursuit of trying to break this curse, then you also have Ariel, who's trying to get him to, to kiss her, but he can't because he's cursed. And he doesn't know if she is his true love. He doesn't know anything, which we learn later on in the book that that was the intention of Ursula in the first place. Like, she made these deals only for her, like, she made these deals because she knew she was going to get the better end of the stick. Like, she knew that it was benefiting her more than them. Like, there was no benefits. Let's just keep it real. There was no benefits. Neither Prince got a benefit, Prince Eric wasn't going to get benefited, nor Ariel got benefit for the fact that, yes, she gets to meet Eric and she was able to have legs and stuff like that, but she couldn't speak. She had no voice, and Eric couldn't kiss her. So Ursula made sure that they would fail, like hands down. And that was the whole point of her little contracts and her deals that she made, and also the souls that she had taken in order to make herself powerful, in order to control the seas and everything, just everything. So with that, we also learn more about, as he's going to Saren, and how there's pirates in this book as well, and how he ends up teaming with the pirates and pardoning them so that they would not be hung, sent to the gallows. So he did befriend some pirates as well. And then, which was very interesting. And then he got to learn more about King Triton and merfolk and stuff like that, which is why I think Eric did not care, like, even in the movie and in this book, he did not care that Ariel was a mermaid to begin with when she transformed in front of him, when the curse was broken, or Ariel's curse was broken. Eric still had to do his thing, which makes sense of why he was so reluctant to kill her in the movie. And he's reluctant to kill her in this book as well, because he still has to break his curse, which was his main goal. And because he wanted to be with Ariel, even though he didn't even know if she was his true love or whatever, but he said he loved her. And I thought that was really, really cute. And I just loved it. And then we get to learn more about his mother, Eleonora, and about her soul. And spoiler alert, she never died, because Ursula took her. And like in the movie, those little things, weird things on the floor of her cave or whatever you want to call it, those were the living souls that she had taken and made them into that. And one of them was Prince Eric's mother. And so after he killed Ursula, that's when his mother came back. She was never dead to begin with. Her name is Eleonora. I think I said that already. And he hadn't seen her for years, and he was just like, wow, like, you've been alive. But I mean, he did have he had Grimsby, who wasn't really his uncle, but Grimsby pretty much looked at Eric as his nephew. So I thought that was really good and a really good touch. Now we have a better understanding with Grimsby and his character in the movie, because he was so close to Eric. I was curious as well, like, are they related or whatever, because it seemed like he works for Eric, so it was weird. But now it all makes sense and it's all coming together. And then there was more things in this book that I really loved. It was fast paced. It's very short. It's not a very long read, but just knowing the perspective from Prince Eric, it opened my eyes to a lot of things, and to get to know him better, because, we only know about the princesses and their perspectives and their backgrounds. And now we're going to get a chance to know the princess perspectives in this series, which I'm very, very excited for. And Lindsay had done a fantastic job writing this. There was some humor in it as well that I really loved. I love the monologue between each character. We also get to meet Prince Eric's friends, Gabriella, and a whole bunch of other people, which I do enjoy. And Nora, who finds out that one of her parents was human and one was merfolk, so she turned into a mermaid at one point in this book as well, which I thought was just amazing, which is another reason why Eric was not surprised about Ariel. And just knowing that King Triton is Ariel's father, he was also amazed about that. But it was just a coincidence, right? It's crazy. It's very ironic how everything is connected and woven together. Like, I really enjoyed this book wholeheartedly. Like I said, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. And guess what? Lindsay's going to be writing another book, and guess whose perspective is going to be? Prince Philip, and Prince Philip is from Sleeping Beauty. So I'm really looking forward to that one too. But if you haven't picked up this book yet, which I said it is out already, so you can pick it up. I also, I have this book, but I also listened to it on audio. So I hybrid read it, and I loved it like 100%. So if you haven't picked up your book, go ahead and do so. But yeah, and also there's a giveaway for this as well, for it to have a physical copy, which I'll leave down below in the description. But I'm not gonna say too much. You have to go out and get it. You have to go read it or get the audiobook wherever you may be and read this book and pick it up, because the next book that we're going to be looking forward to is going to be from the, like I said, from the perspective of Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty. But that is it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this review. I said some spoilers, but there's still some other things in this book that I think you'll really enjoy and you will find surprising. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this book review, and also make sure you enter the giveaway. Have a good day, everyone. See ya.